Hi, my name is Dave Ryback. I'm the managing partner of Oswego Wealth Management, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Money Moment. So today, what we're going to talk about is our attention, and it actually has to do with paying attention to our attention. Let me pull up our special report so you can see what I'm talking about, walk through it together here. So it should be up any moment now. So the many benefits of learning to pay attention to attention. So, the key takeaways that I want you to walk away from this with today are, number one, that the quality, strength, and resilience of our attention, essentially the brain's boss, affect nearly everything we do in life. Then the bad news, the second key takeaway, is that our brain's powerful attention system is fragile and it's vulnerable and subject to off-task mind wandering, which I think we can all relate to that one. And the last one is there's good news, and that is that attention can be strengthened with simple mindfulness training. As little as 12 minutes a day for 4 weeks yields distinct benefits. So I want to key on over here for a moment because I'm guilty of this just like everyone else. And that is that many of us never take the time to learn about, explore, and strengthen our own attention. And that's unfortunate because our attention actually empowers us to notice, direct, and focus our brain's resources. So the upshot is the attention is the brain's boss. If you want to get better at just about anything, you should probably pay more attention to your attention. The good news is that scientists have learned a great deal about how attention works. Attention actually can be strengthened, trained, and made more resilient. Um, Dr. Amishi Ha at excuse me, the University of Miami, she's an associate professor there and director of the Contemplative Neuroscience, the U Mindfulness Research and Practice Initiative, came up with three different modes of attentiveness. The first one is when our attention acts as a flashlight or orienting system. The second is as a caution sign, an alerting system. And the third is as a juggler, basically the brain, CEO, the executive functioning level. So we're going to take a look at all three of these right now. When we're in that attentional flashlight mode, that's the brain's orienting system. Just as a flashlight helps you to navigate through a dark room, your brain's orienting system gathers information about whatever it's aimed at. But one of the things we probably haven't thought about is it can also be pointed inward to your internal thoughts, experiences, and memories. And here's why that matters. Our attention highlights and amplifies whatever it's focused on, which affects our perception, our biases, our judgments, our actions, our effectiveness, and ultimately our happiness. So strengthening this is important. The next one is the caution sign. And this is the mode, this mode is the brain's warning or alert system. Here, attention functions kind of like a caution sign. This mode of attention obviously is beneficial in helping us scan for risk and threats, for example, when you're driving your car. There's a downside to it, though, and we'll come talk about that a little later. The third mode is the juggler, and this is the final function mode. And you can think of it as, like I said, as a juggler. It's just like a business owner or a C-suite executive who must ensure that everyone's actions and behaviors are in sync with what the company's missions and goals are. So I mentioned at the very beginning of this that mind wandering is a factor. Our attention is fragile and it is vulnerable and it's at risk from both external and internal factors. External risk factors would include stress, fatigue, poor mood, and any perceived real-time threat. If you sense real danger, it's hard to really focus on anything else, and that's intentional. The biggest internal risk factor then is mind wandering, and that's having off-task thoughts when we're purposely engaged in something else. So let's come down here to the 4 ways to strengthen your attention. Number one, engage in mindfulness training. Dr. Ha notes that a mindful mind is the opposite of a stressed and wandering one. Mindfulness is practiced by placing attention with full awareness on our immediate real-time experience without reacting or telling a story about it to ourselves. You can do this for 12 to 15 minutes a day for 4 weeks, and Dr. Ha says you'll have a stronger, more resilient attention span. Number two, sync up with your daily productivity cycle. Dr. Pink, in his book, When the Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing, talks about productivity, how it ebbs and flows throughout the day for pretty much all of us. On average, productivity and task completion rate peaks for workers all across the world at 11 a.m. and goes down until 2 p.m. when it comes back up and then drops dramatically at 5 p.m. Here's a little trick. Number 3, rub your ears. And this trick relates to wakefulness and energy. By gently but firmly rubbing your ears and pulling on your earlobes for just 20 or 30 seconds, you stimulate the ear's many nerve endings, which can help wake you up and increase your alertness. Number 4, take a digital break. Incorporating a break from the digital world, or at least social media, into your life on a regular basis can leave you feeling more rested and happier. The conclusion: our attention directly impacts our effectiveness, excuse me, our happiness, and the overall quality of our lives. The upside, though, is that resilience can be trained and improved relatively easily by incorporating a few small moves into our daily life. And with that, we're going to call it a day here. We want to thank you for joining us for this money moment. If you'd like a copy of this special report, please call us at 503-603-0872. Again, that's 503-603-0872. Or you can reach us via email at info@oswegowealth.com. That's info at oswegowealth.com. Again, thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you at our next Money Moment. Take care now.